Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. Today is the day. Tonight's the night, as Rod Stewart sung. West Ham, first leg, Europa League semi-finals at home against Eintracht Frankfurt. It's still walking around in the days, I'll be honest. I can't believe we're here, but we are. Hope you're safe and well. Give it a like if you're excited about tonight. Or give it a like if you're nervous about tonight as well. I'm not nervous. It's weird. It's like for the Lyon game, I was really nervous. Today, I'm excited. I'm just excited. I think it's because whatever happens, getting to the final four. 25% chance of winning the Europa League. I've done the maths. It's a huge achievement for the club. Absolutely huge achievement. And let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Beginning when we were like, all those, I never thought we were going to get to this stage. So it's exciting. And hopefully you guys are excited too. Now, what we tend to do at Hammers Headlines in association with KUMB.com is we give you 3 stories. But there's only one story today, isn't it? There's only one story. It's tonight. So what I thought I'd do is give you a bit of an abridged sort of preview, sort of tell you some of the stats, some of the figures, just in a sort of a very short video, so you guys are clued up. So if you go into the game, or if you're watching with friends, all the latest information. How many times they've won, whatever, when Frankfurt have won, the league title, or they've done this or done that. Just so you look really clever. That's all. A cheats guide. A little bit about some of the players as well. So you are, oh yeah, I know him. He's a and they look at you like you're Mr. Encyclopedia. So let's start off with talking about Frankfurt. Our opponents tonight. So the club of originally formed in 1899. They won the German Championship in 1959. In terms of Europa League, so far this season they've knocked out Real Betis in the last 16. Barcelona in the quarterfinals. They ended up the group undefeated. They're undefeated in Europa League this year. They topped the group. The group included Olympiacos, Fenerbahce, and Antwerp. So some decent European sides. They actually reached the semi-finals in 2018-19 as well, knocking out Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter Milan, and Benfica before succumbing to Chelsea on penalties. So they ain't no mugs in Europe, are they? I know this season they're sort of 9th in the Bundesliga, but in a similar way to Lyon in the previous round, they seem to turn it on for the Europa League. So they're going to be a very, very tough opposition in this Sebastian Haller derby. I don't know if you saw, he was interviewed yesterday asking his thoughts and who he wanted to win. And he was very diplomatic. He got the splinters right out of his bum, saying, both have a place in my heart. Whoever wins, I'll be happy. Okie dokie. Let's talk about the manager, shall we? Let's talk about the manager of Frankfurt. Oliver Glasner, 47-year-old Austrian. He's got form. He's got form qualifying for Europe and the Europa League and Champions League. He did it with Wolfsburg in 2021. He's a former defender. He played for a couple of clubs in Austria before his career was cut short with a brain hemorrhage at the age of 36. And so obviously he's been putting a few interesting things out on social media, and apparently West Ham are looking to complain to UEFA about what they've been saying, not just from the manager but from the club themselves, in terms of Eintracht Frankfurt, in terms of almost encouraging people to go to the game without the tickets and things like that. It's very, very bizarre at the moment. Very, very bizarre. In terms of the players, let's talk about some of the players. Some of the players we'll see, some of the players we won't see as well. I pick a few out because there's a few of them I think are really interesting to look at. Daichi Kamada, yeah. 25-year-old Japanese winger, scored an absolute belter in their 2-2 draw with Hoffenheim at the weekend. Check it out on YouTube. They've got all the highlights of all the Bundesliga games, so check that out. It's a very, very good goal. He joined in 2017. So far, I think he's got 4 goals in the Bundesliga this year. He's also got the same amount in the Europa League by playing a considerable small amount of time. But he's a danger man, that's for sure, in terms of Kamada. Other players you need to look out for: Kevin Trapp, the goalkeeper, 6'2", 31, German international. He was in the 2018 World Cup squad, 2020 European Championship squad. Again, on the game on Saturday, string of excellent saves. Good goalkeeper. Former PSG, I want to say, as well, goalkeeper. But yeah, check it. He's a very good goalkeeper. We'll have to contend with. So, and again, go and check out the highlights. It's really good because it just gives you just a little brief idea about some of these players. Who else are we looking at? We're looking at Toure. Now, Toure is most likely to be playing instead of Ndicka, is suspended. The 22-year-old French international centre back. Again, he scored on Saturday in both ends. Misses, but scored an own goal and then scored an equaliser in their 2-2 draw of Hoffenheim. But he's suspended tonight. He took a second yellow card right at the end of the Barcelona game. It was a silly yellow card, to be honest. So he'll miss today. So he'll probably be replaced by Toure, who's 25. He was a former French under-21 international. Not bad centre back at all. In terms of other people, we got Rode. Rode is 31, sort of midfielder. He's played for Bayern Munich. He's played for Borussia Dortmund. Very good player. And so he'll. There's 2 players they'll be suspended: Ndicka and also Jakic. He'll be suspended for this game as well, so you won't see him play. He's a CDM again. He played on Saturday as well, and he's a first teamer, so to speak. So they'll be without 2 of their first team. Other players we have to watch out for are Lindström. Lindström's a Swedish. Danish midfielder. He scored. He's a bit tricky. Bit of a tricky player. Also, you've got to watch out for Rafael Borre, who's 26, played for River Plate, Deportivo La Coruña, Villarreal. He's a Colombian international, quite small, nippy player up front. I think it's about 5'8", 5'9". So, not the physical dominance of Antonio, but he'll run through the defence and run past the defenders, which we have to watch out for. So that's anyone else I want to and Kosic. Of course, Kosic, one of the famous 3 when Haller was there. So Sebastian Haller, it was Luka Jovic, and it was Kosic as well. And Kosic's the last man standing, really. But he's having a bit of a renaissance in the last sort of 18 months. Very tricky left-sided player. Played left wing-back against Hoffenheim the other day, which was a slightly unusual position for him. It's almost like where you play Arthur Masuaku. He's not a defender. He's more a threat on the attacking side. So need to watch out for him. In terms of West Ham, obviously, let me just bring up the West Ham stuff. Obviously, pictures were released yesterday. There we go. Pictures released yesterday of training. And as you see by my lovely detective circle, Aji Elese was training with the first team. Obviously, technically we're down to, he's back because it's not a Premier League game. Craig Dawson will obviously be starting, but he will be partnering, we do not know. Aji Elese could be included, maybe. He's had his haircut on Instagram, but there we go. He probably has a haircut every other week, bless him. I would do if I was on that much money, although I haven't got much hair anyway. The Athletics Roshane Thomas, friend of the channel, he said that there was no sign of Kurt Zouma training yesterday. David Moyes in his press conference said on Kurt Zouma, on Issa Diop, on Angelo Ogbonna, but they're basically all particularly Issa and Kurt are both ahead of schedule. So I think one may be back in time for next week's game. This week's a bit too early, I think, but it does give us hope for the run into the season. Potentially, according to ex-WHU employee, all three could be back in time for the Europa League final. If we get there, of course. If we get there, of course. In terms of the referee as well, it's important because obviously we've had issues with referees before, haven't we? Thank you. We've got a 36 year old. Is that young for a referee? 36 year old Dutch referee, Seda Guzabay UK. It's Guzabay UK. Guzabayuk. That'll do. He's already refereed an English side against a German team this season already. When he refereed the 6-3 match between Man City and RB Leipzig, who obviously are playing in the second semi-final against Rangers. And that was in the Champions League in the Etihad. So, a German side, and he managed a German side in Britain. He refereed an English side playing a German side in England, and they won. So, good omens, maybe. He actually awarded a penalty to Man City for a handball and sent off a player for Leipzig in the former Man City left back Angelino for a second yellow card. So he was also the man in the middle when Chelsea drew 3-3 with Zenit St. Petersburg in December. And also Liverpool he refereed in another 3-3 draw with Benfica earlier in the month. Across his European games so far in the Champions League, in the Europa League, and in the Conference League, he's issued 41 cards, 1 red card, and 3 penalties. So 9 divided by 4. That's about it's like 4.5 a game, innit, of yellow cards. So we'll see. We'll see. And that's it, guys. As I said, I thought I'd do something a bit different today because it is a bit of a different game. Just to give you a bit of heads up so you know a bit of information when you're going in. You're not going in cold. If you're going to the game, get in early. Because as soon as you open the doors, they were streaming in the last couple of games for the Europa League. So hope you enjoy the game wherever you're watching. If you're lucky enough to go to London Stadium, enjoy it. Sing loud, sing proud. If you're in a pub, if you're in a bar in Australia or whatever, sing loud, sing proud, enjoy it. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow with being really happy because we'd have won, or at least got a good result to get us through to the second round, the second leg next Thursday. So take care, everyone, stay safe, wash those hands, stay like you say, cheeky, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Ciao for now. In Moyes we trust, come on you Irons.